In a rut at your job? Well, sometimes the most frustrating times in your career happen when you're not dealing with a huge project or not dealing with a crisis at the office. Experts say the lack of new opportunities can also stunt your professional growth. So how do you get past a career plateau? We're going to find out right now. Joining me this morning is workplace psychologist Dr. Mimi Hull with hullonline.com. It's always great to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Okay, what are some of the unusual ways people can get unstuck at work? You say, we'll start with this. What is it? Stop asking, can I?
Exactly. We keep saying to ourselves, can I do this? Could I do that? What we want to ask is, how can I? Because that implies that you can do it. You just have to figure out how.
Okay. Next up, don't expect a past failure to repeat itself. What do you mean by that?
A lot of times we don't get something, and all of a sudden we say, okay, it's just not for me, so as a result, I'm not going to try anymore, because what's the use? I've missed before, I didn't get it before, they looked over me before, so I'm not going to try.
But it is frustrating. I mean, you get told no at work. You think, okay, well, no is no, but that's not always the case,
It isn't always the case. It just may not be the right time. It may not be the right place. One of the things you want to ask is, what do I need to do to prepare for the next position? How can I get myself ready? What was the person ahead of me got that I didn't have?
And yeah, like I said, the timing may be completely different now. An idea you had 2 years ago, these are different times now. So maybe the money's there this time. Okay, shoulding on yourself. What do you mean by, I got to watch your mouth there. Stop shoulding on yourself. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, a lot of times we say, I should have done this, I should do this, and we get stuck in the shoulds. And I always say, stop shoulding on yourself and start looking at what will you do instead of what should you do.
Okay, next up, be careful of your assumptions. I love this one because a lot of times, like I said, our greatest fears often never even come true. We assume something's going to happen. It may not.
And that's really true. A lot of times we look at a position and we count ourselves out because we assume that we can't do it. Maybe we think it's going to involve public speaking and we're not great public speakers. Or it says here, responsible for the budget, and you think, well, I'm not a math whiz. So as a result, you assume that, this one isn't for me, so I'm just going to stay where I am.
You know what's interesting about assumptions is a lot of times people will all assume the same thing. My theory has always been everybody sees it. There's something wrong around the office. Until you talk to other people, you then find out everybody thinks there's a problem there, right?
Exactly. A lot of times when we go into offices, one of the things we find is the fact that everybody knows what the problem is and nobody's talking about it.
So they've never put the pieces together.
Exactly.
That's good.
Exactly.
All right, and also own your own choices. What do you mean by that?
When you think about something, do you really want to do it, or are you just thinking, maybe this sounds interesting? And so what you might want to say to yourself, I choose to do this. And if that doesn't sound right, go, I choose not to do this, and see if that sounds better. So you make your choices, and then you feel like you have control.
It's empowerment.
It really
in that
is.
Way. All right, always good stuff. Dr. Mimi Hull, what's your website in case people want to check you out?
Hullonline.com.
I love your segments. Always
Thank
learn
you.
so much. Good to see you.
Thank
Appreciate you coming
My
in today.
pleasure.